Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are going for a deck that has been quite popular for some time. It's quite interesting, and basically it's like a Storm version of Jeskai that for everyone that doesn't play older cards, so Storm, basically you copy the spell for each spell that was cast this turn before from your side. So basically you just chain a lot of spells that can cycle themselves and cost nothing and so on, so on. So this is the idea behind the deck. Basically, you have Goldspan Dragon, our favorite dragon of all times, and it makes the treasure create 2 mana. And the Windfall creates 2 treasures, so you can see the synergy, right? You can just cycle your deck with 6 big scores and Windfalls, because they are basically the same card. And yeah, at some point you can cast Lier and cast more of them. But where do you get like net value positive mana? Here, Show of Confidence, 2 mana instant. When you cast the spell, copy it for each other instant or sorcery spell you've cast this turn. You may choose new targets, put 1/1 counter on creature, it gains vigilance. Basically, you are targeting Goldspan Dragon multiple times, so for each spell you have cast, you will create a treasure that is worth 2 mana. So suddenly you can cast your whole graveyard with the Lier. You can cast every single spell in your deck. Twice, thrice, whatever. It's insane. It's going to be insane. So, yeah, but that's basically what it is, right? The deck really can draw like 20, 30 cards in one turn and put, like you will see in one of the games, and I made sure that you will see this combo in work, not only on other player side, but also on our side. And what went was really crazy, and I encourage you to see it. I think that will be the first game. So yeah, we went really, really, really high, and you will see exactly what the deck is about. So yeah, other than this we have the standard package. So we have iterations. Iteration is really good combined with this because you discard only 1 card, and you also for 2 mana get 4 mana. So that's one of the positives if you have Goldspan Dragon. So we can start, getting this little mana advantages. And that sometimes really helps because you are usually super behind on board and in the whole game plan. So you really need to have a powerful turn to either kill the enemy or just, destroy his whole board with cards and so on. March, we have one of. It's on one side protection for the Goldspan Dragon that creates the treasures because it targets. But on the most important sides, it might give you extra turn if you phase out all the enemy creatures. So that's really important. It can combine those 2 functions. So you can protect your dragon and exile enemy cards, but you generally don't have blue cards that you want to exile. Maybe Fading Hope, maybe Jwari sometimes, but generally you don't want to get rid of Lier unless you have duplicates. So yeah, you need to be careful with this one. Fable, extremely good card because it lets you ramp into 5 mana 1 turn quicker if enemy won't respond the goblin, and that's huge. Like you can see, like we are a bit heavy on the 5 drops because that's our main strategy for the game. So we really want to skip this 1 turn, especially that with the Windfalls you can just cycle them later for free, so it's not like you have to cast them on turn 4, but most of the time you will, of course. Iteration is key card because sometimes we lack all the parts, and like this helps you get land draws, it helps you get Goldspan, and by the way, this deck really needs Goldspan, so you better think twice if you want to discard it to Windfall or anything. Even if you have 2 in the hand, sometimes it's just better to keep to both of them, because enemy very often will remove it. Even with protection, they often have 2 removal spells in 1 turn, and then you are left with nothing, and when you don't get this extra treasure value, the deck doesn't work exactly as it should. So that's a key card. This is the biggest card in the deck, definitely. As usually in Is It, right? It's always about this Goldspan Dragon. And Lier is like support when you are running out of gas. So basically that's how the deck plays. And for some general impressions, so the deck works really nicely and goes completely over the top when you have all the elements. But as we mentioned, without Goldspan Dragon, we are not doing our thing. So we are just an Is It control then. with some weaker cards, because like this won't deal 4 damage unless you sacrifice a treasure. So Fading Hopes, card advantage negative. We don't have great card advantage except iterations and windfalls. So we know we played differently. We definitely won the Goldspan Dragon. So sometimes it felt a bit weak when you don't hit all the pieces in the puzzle. But yeah, it's decent deck and it's strong one overall. And when it works, it completely destroys the enemy. It's not even close. So that's my take on the deck. I think you will enjoy the games. I made sure, especially for you, that at least one of the games has this cool mechanic unveiled, because I had enough material from the games to make a video, but I had no games that actually, you know, show the whole game plan idea. So I played until I got it, and I think the result was glorious. You can tell me in the comments, but I think it was glorious. And you can also see that I'm not a great player in this deck. This deck is actually quite tricky to play with, but I think after watching the video we will get exactly the knowledge you need to play this deck right, because it's obvious what went good and what went wrong, so that's why I left the games. I think they will help anyone playing this deck quite a bit. At least it was learning experience for me, so I hope it will be for you as well. Okay, without further ado, if you like this channel, if you like the decks, if you like what I'm doing, as always, subscribe. It's really appreciated and it really helps. And I'm happy when you subscribe. So that's something. And yeah, other than this, let's go into the games and see the action. Okay, so that's basically not what we want, but we will take it. Spikefield Hazard, that's something that we can use. So let's go. Let's hope for something like Talia that we can answer perfectly next turn. That's not something we can answer. So we are getting smoked. Oh, let's do it like this. Good. That's actually a very good draw. That is actually a good draw. So I expect the Boros Trampler next turn, right? They always have it. See? Always have it. Never didn't have it. We don't have good play next turn, but I don't think it's worth it to not do it, because it's basically will switch to day-night time, which sucks for us. But maybe we draw like iteration. A Jwari. A wild Jwari appears. Man, not our game, definitely. We can start playing since until then, like starting from the next turn. Man, I'm lack for words right now. I hope he plays into the 3 mana Jwari, like into Jwari perfectly, and he did not. Man, now we get Fable. Now, at turn 4. Oh man, this deck. So big score. I think we'd definitely go for the big score, because this is our big payoff. What is this? Play with fire, because why not? Why not smorg the enemy? It's night, so we don't have to play spells anymore. By the way, if he did it main phase, he would get additional counter. I'm not sure if he remembered it. He probably didn't. Under Fire Ignition. This is just 2 damage for 3 mana. So we are getting smorked for 8 and he has no... yeah, and he cannot kill us. This is scary, but we'll take it. If he had untapped red, I would play a bit differently, I think. So, let's go. Fable, definitely not the card we have time for. March is actually pretty decent. And you know the drill by now. Let's play some dragons. They are pretty good overall. And let's start going off with the big scores. Let's make some stormy plays right now. Number 1. Number 2. We will cycle through our whole deck right now. Let's hope we get the card that wins us the game, because that's basically like what we want, right? So we want this white stormy thing, and just go with Lier at some... Okay, and we have it. That's so freaking good. So let's make a bit more. So Lier would also be really great, because we have infinite mana. This has trample, so this won't help. So we need March to exile enemy board. Perfect! Man, I exactly played more games than I needed for the video, just to show you guys how the deck should work. Not only on the enemy side, you know? So I'm super happy about this. So, what do we do? I think we go for the Fading Hope. Yeah, let's go. I think we will switch into daytime this turn, believe or not. Okay. But you need to remember, you need white mana. Maybe not now, maybe not this card, not right now. Sacrifice 2 mana of any one color. I will take white. It is pretty good. I think we can copy it a few times. Let's go. Let's freaking go. And this is where the fun begins. Oh man, I think he will scoop. I don't even count, but I'm pretty sure that will be a lot of mana. That will be a lot of mana and a lot of dragons. Okay, we have 1 mana, so we can actually play a very efficient Goldspan Dragon. A second one. And you know what? Let's make some more treasures. 14 damage with haste. I think it's decent. And to be honest, we probably should play Lier and just do it again. So my bad, but I got so excited I forgot to, you know, kill the enemy. And now I actually think we just march with Lier. What can we do? No, we go for Lier. Man, I'm not great player at this deck, but basically you should do it before the attacks. So that was my completely messing up. And you can basically just keep doing this stuff over and over. Yeah, as long as you have double show of confidence, you can do it infinitely. And you basically never run out of mana. And that's the point, right? So I should probably focus a bit more on, you know, playing the deck right. But at least you know, after combat phase and after not killing enemy, what exactly is the idea behind the deck. So we can do it over and over and over, and then we cast Show of Confidence, and suddenly we have all the cards in the world that we want. And you know, whatever we want basically. Let's go another big score. Man, when we are doing the combo, it's actually pretty fun. It's actually a pretty fun deck. Because with here you have basically unlimited options, as long as you have stuff. And with Lier you never run out of stuff, especially with like bouncing spells. That's why we play multiple Otawaras also. Oh man, I think we can do it, right? Yep, we will do it. And yeah, basically you can see how much damage I have missed. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Cast with flashback, sure. Let's do it like this. Let's see how big dragon we can make. And let's make, I don't know, maybe this one, make it bigger. Now we go for all the copies. And we are freaking... Oh man, that's actually... Man, I so regret not attacking enemy with this dragon. I hope you guys will forgive me. Oh man, we are making this so huge. Can you imagine how much treasures we will have? Man, soon we will be able to Jwari whatever he plays, because we have so much mana. We can triple Jwari enemy, and then Fading Hope your own Lier, and he needs to pay 3. Oh, I hope you like triggers. If you like triggers, that's the game. Oh man, I respect enemy for not scooping. We have 32 mana. Man, can you imagine if I wasn't bad at Magic and I actually did it before attacking? Yeah, I did not respect this deck output enough. Like, man, that's pretty crazy. Okay, you know what? I think we have so many treasures that we can just do it like this. Yeah, sure. Like, we have basically infinite mana. So I think enemy is waiting because he has a burn spell. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I win him the game. Because I suck at this game. So, let's try drawing into some more cards and see what's that. Lier, sure. But I think we much rather play another iteration. Like, basically we can go forever with this. This deck doesn't end when you have Lier. Especially when you can cast every single spell again. Are you not entertained? We can do it freaking again. We can do it freaking again. And we will. I'm a psycho and I will do it. I hope for your enjoyment as well. Because I'm having fun. Man, I'm with every spell I'm more and more sad that I didn't cast it before the attacks. What? Target a creature. Did we break the game? What? I cannot click anything. It does not work? What? Man. Oh, it lagged. It was so slow. It actually was completely stuck. I think we are breaking the game, guys. We are actually breaking the game right now. I think in that case, if we cast something like this again, we just actually break the game and client might crash. Oh man, 29. Man, I think I missed some damage. 49 haste. Oh man, I hope he has very good answer. So basically if he has like play with fire, I think he wins. Unless he plays it as a second spell. Okay, and that's actually something. Oh man, we can actually go. We are going full control for this one. Jwari. Submit. We pay. This is surgical play. You actually need to be really, really, really deliberate. We are countering, yes, this one. Yeah. We want auto pay. If we mess it up, we die, so that's better, you know, go full way. Submit. And he has no red mana. Let's pay. I think we are just making sure that we really deserve this win. So he needs to pay 3. Now let's Fading Hope. Game, please. Thank you. We pay 1 blue. Yep, and the full control. And now we bounce, and suddenly spells might get countered. You need to pay 3. 1. Oh man, he's actually paying. He is actually paying. He topped out. Oh man, I think let's go like this. And I think he's a champ, and we will respect it. Play another Goldspan. Man, the game is lagging so freaking much. We attack after this. Please don't scoop. Please don't scoop. For the viewers. For the viewers. Yes, triggers. Man, game is lagging so much with 41 counters. This has been the most ridiculous game ever. Man, enemy is like a true champ for taking this. I need to send him some love because he's the real MVP of this game. Yes, we did it. Minus 43. Imagine if the player driving this deck was better than me, how better it would look. So you can see the potential, I think clearly. But 49 damage with haste. We could have this last turn. Okay, that's actually a good hand. So It might have been the first one we had so far. I will play it like this instead of smashing this one, because we might be needing to use the voltage search on something. So I think we answer his drop, whatever he plays, then go for the iteration. But Fable, maybe Fable is better actually. Okay, sure. You got your anvil from her. But at the same time, we are getting our goblin from her. Do you want to sacrifice your anvil in response? I shall encourage it. So yeah, we can actually play Goldspan next turn. We probably won't, because we want to play it with haste. Or maybe we will, like we have two of them, so we can get rid of one, let's say. We could also go for the Expressive Iteration. Oh man, I think one has to go. We don't discard Goldspan Dragons, because that's the key card. Do we want to remove the Goblin? I honestly think that's a good idea. I do think we do it. Let's give me a second, because I think that's a good decision. I think we attack first, see if he trades. If he trades, that's good, because we got the treasure and he didn't, and then we don't need to invest anything. I think he won't block, because he wants the treasure as well. What it means is that we can cast the iteration and then kill the goblin, and then he's left with nothing pretty much. That's actually also really good. So we can go with Fading Hope. It gives us Scry, this doesn't. So, you know, why not? And man, we could actually go with this and then whiff on the land and play our land from the hand. This actually is good. So let's do it like this. So we maximize the cards. I like this play. I think it's pretty good. I could go for Jwari. Jwari is pretty clutch here, right? And we can cast Goldspan anyway. So we go for red. I think it's red. We have to sacrifice the treasure in order to Jwari anyway. And we can voltage search if he plays something small like Harvester and whatever. So we will see, That's an interesting situation. If he had 5 mana, that could be like something like the spare. Some versions work with the spare. And then that's the perfect target. I think most of his drops will be 3 mana, so Jwari won't be great, but I still think it's worth to have this option. Tenacious Underdog, sure. No Blitz. No Blitz included. And more anvils. You know what? Do I want the anvil? They might be problematic, but I think they are a bit too slow. I don't think which war is. I think we get rid of this. Oh, right. Right. My bad. That's the other thing. So we can smork with the treasures. I think that's more important. Also the damage matters. So now it's Goldspan turn, and we try to dig into our like treasure thingies. Oh, interesting. So he wants to kill the shaman. That's still okay. Like, we got the value that we wanted. We can even Fading Hope, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay, that's a decent draw. We also have Kiki Jiki, which is also amazing because it makes enemy plays even more awkward. Yep. That's a big dragon, and that was enough. So basically, I think he had cards that could answer everything in time, but he was out-tempoed so hard with this. Like, well, I mean, that's definitely not the best hand, but given we are on the play, it's maybe acceptable. And maybe we'll draw Iteration or something like this, or a very good removal. Oh man, we don't have much time. So yeah, Iteration, not great, unless we hit some 1 mana removal. So, we will see, we will see. So our big play is big score, and then we can go a bit crazier. Man, I really hope that we'll draw something for the early game, but it seems that we won't. It's so good that we started, and the enemy didn't have like super explosive hand. Oh man, that hurts. This will hurt. Okay, like we need to go extremely over the top extremely quickly. I think we can survive the next turn, so that's good. Yeah, we can play it like this. But man, definitely all your 5 drops and nothing more is definitely not the start you want. Oh man, that sucks. But we are at 9. If we were on the draw, that would be complete disaster and we would die. Do we go for the Iteration? I think we do. It's just 1 mana more. We can procure this 1 mana. Iteration, the card I wanted to see 3 turns ago. Oh man, wow, we will get both of them, great. Man, this deck does not cooperate. It does not cooperate. But we will still manage. Man, I wish I had 1 mana more, then I would cast another Goldspan. But you know, we do what we do. Make a treasure. Smork. Enemy seems to be having something. What is 4 mana? I have literally no idea. I don't know. Let's go for the Goldspan, shall we? At least we can block one of the creatures, make it awkward. And probably enemy will kill one of the Goldspans. Unfortunately we are short on 1 mana to do something cool. So let's see the end step. Nothing. Okay, that would match the fact that I had no idea what could happen. Well, let's be honest, that's not a hard choice. And the question is, can we really kill him? If we attack, we can double Fading Hope, right? So you know what? I think we have a chance. Let's Smork. By the way, we missed the land drop, which is definitely not what you want here. We are going with Lier. Okay, this is the standard version, okay? The flash, so we can cast it at the enemy turn. I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. I think the enemy will attack just to check what we are doing, and it means that he cannot make any other creatures. Whenever with power equal to its toughness attacks. Oh. Okay, sure. It has reach, so that's a bit of a disaster, if I'm being honest. Oh man, and now we need to bounce it. Okay, let's go for double blue. This has to sacrifice for blue, so we don't have this problem at least. Oh man, I'm not loving this at all. And now we Fading Hope this one. Spikefield, what a great card on turn 1. Man, this deck does not cooperate with us. And we have to sacrifice Lier. But, on the bright side, we have Goldspan. And 3 iterations from the top. What could go wrong? Okay, I will take my iteration, I guess. Man, it sucks. Put one of them into your hand. I guess we put this one in hand because we want to play the land and we won't be taking 2 lands. So this is library and this we cast. Probably on red, I would say. Okay, that's weird. Or Galvanic, man, like we didn't draw any removal the whole game. I think it's Fable and Dragon attack. But it gains trample. So it will deal 4 damage, so that's not good enough. We have to play like this and try again. Man, everything is awkward. We will lack 1 mana for this as well. So I guess it's big score. So let's get into the hand Lier, because it's a good card. Man, I think like we are not fighting the enemy, we are fighting against our deck. And that's basically it. Okay, sure, you have your big creature. It also sucks because then if we draw removal, it has to be really big. Enemy is a tight. Man, that is close. So let's go for the big score. We pay. Fable seems extremely slow here, so maybe let's not do it. You know what? I will take it. I will take it. We can even copy it. Okay. I feel that we are getting somewhere slowly. We are getting somewhere. Yep, that's good. It means that he has only 1 attacker, and we can Fading Hope it. Man, I think we are actually going to win this. Which is ridiculous. So it gains trample. He will replay it, but that's fine. So I guess we go for the Fading Hope here. Like we have a choice, right? We don't. We could copy it and bounce both of them. Yeah, I think we should. We need to sacrifice all the treasures though. You know what? No. Let's Fading Hope during our turn, then we play Lier, and then we bounce this one. That's better. Then we waste only 1 treasure, and I think mana will be important here. Search. 4 damage. Man, it does remove stuff. I will take it. I will take it, because before doubling, you can actually kill this guy. 3. Okay, and hopefully that's the only one. Of course not. Of course there's more. Of course there's more. So what do we have? Do we go for the Lier combo and try to hit stuff? I think that's the strat, right? I think that's the strat. So let's freaking do it. Flashback. Spell number 1. And iteration, you failed this game. We don't like you. Okay. Try again. And we will get rid of Spikefield Hazard. Because that's our early game, not our late game. Oh man, we still did not hit it. This is crazy. This is freaking crazy. I don't think, like, we could go for the Expressive Iteration, I guess. And then but we won't have the right mana if we do it. Because we need white. So I think the play is killing this guy and Fading Hope something and Voltage Surge something. And I think we have enough mana, right? Yeah, so let's go like this. We kill this guy, we pay with this, so we have double red. We sacrifice this, so it's 4 damage. This means that we have Spikefield Hazard. We can remove this guy. Then, by the way, you can see the power of this deck. It's ridiculous. We have Fading Hope as well. Smork. 4 damage. 1 turn to go. Man, this game is so painful, but I think we are winning it. It's ridiculous. Let's make a stop. I don't want the combat phase to begin. He wants to begin the combat phase. Yeah, we cannot sacrifice the treasure, we have no mana. And we will bounce it anyway. So let's do it like now, because if he attacks with this, he gets to draw a card, and that's not what we want. And we actually won this game. I know you didn't believe we will win this, because I didn't believe as well. And our draws were horrible. Like, we milled through half of our deck, and we didn't get any of the key cards, and early game sucked, and we still won. So I think that's a good statement of how good this deck was. So it's usually going second, but with very reactive hand, like Spikefield Hazard should be nice. So this is it as well? Okay, so I don't think we'll have big targets for this. I might be wrong, but I think Fading Hope will be better against the Fable token. Usually they turn 3 Fable. So you just bounce the token, you scry, and you are happy, then you play your own Fable, and you try to get initiative. Oh, and there is nothing. A bit scary. So, what about our Fable? Is it fine, or is it Jwari? They don't seem to Jwari a lot lately. I've been playing into Jwari so hard lately. They have exactly the same idea. They just didn't have the Fable. Man, we are playing this mirror so hard. Expressive Iteration. That's okay. It means that he will have less mana to counter our next Fable. And they know that we cannot cast the Goldspan Dragon. What does this card mean? This is very specific card. So I think they are playing the same deck as we are. Just the different version, because this creates a storm, basically. 2 cards. You know what? Fading Hope doesn't seem extremely great. I think this is important. Land is good. Another Fable. You know what? I will take another Fable. It is possibly a mistake. I probably shouldn't, but I like Fable. What can I say? I like it. So let's play land first. We do it on blue. Generally with this deck you want to have pairs of red and blue. And you know what? Let's make a token. I heard it's a pretty good card. Basically what happened this game is we are playing Fable and the enemy is not. Let's see if that's enough to win the game. Yeah. So that was his main phase, which is sweet. Okay, I think it's Expressive Iteration. And I don't want to get rid of this. Let's see what we draw. Oh, interesting. That gives us definitely some options. So, you know, we have the play. If he targets Goldspan, the only problem will be counter. If he has counter, I'm wrecked. But I hope he doesn't. And he doesn't, because if he has reactive stuff, then we can protect our dragon easily. Easily. By the way, we have 4 mana and we can start storming. Man, like, this token is so freaking good together with Goldspan. We could start cycling. You know what, we probably should do it before this attack. So my hope is that he taps out completely. If he taps out, I'm happy. That is scary. If he has the combo, he might kill us. But if he doesn't have combo, we also don't have combo. Yeah, he's basically doing exactly the same thing as we are. Do we have something? We probably have, but I want to double it with the Galvanic Iteration, especially when we create double treasure. I don't think he will kill us this turn. So those were 2 spells. Only 2, so it's 7/7, right? That's a land that he drew from the big score. So it means that the rest of the cards are not lands, most likely. So that's a lot of gas. He's tanking. He's definitely tanking. And he decided that he cannot kill us. Yep, you get your treasure. You know, so that's really good for us. I think we might even discard Lier. We will see what we draw. So we want to cast those two and this one for protection. Lier. I heard it's a good card. So Fading Hope. Fading Hope from the graveyard. He has only 2 mana. So I think he will cast it right now, make a treasure, we will shelter our dragon and we are happy. Oh, interesting. So, oh, okay, so he wants a lot of mana. I'm not sure if you protect... Oh, you control. Okay, so this doesn't matter, but I was curious. If you protect the Goldspan Dragon from white, does it mean that he's not targeted? I think he still is, right? I think it still triggers. And that's scary as hell. This is scary as hell. But okay, you got your turn. With Lier. Man, we are getting out show of confidence right now. 4 mana is way more than 2 mana when you have Lier. You might go with the big score, right? So that's the good part, that he cannot attack anymore, because it's after combat phase. So, however he buffs, it won't kill us this turn. Problem is Fading Hope and things like this, because then he can target our dragon. So this Sejiri Shelter is actually the biggest card right now. So my idea is Galvanic Iteration into Unexpected Windfall and even possibly another copy, because we can draw so many cards and make so many treasures. So let the enemy do his thing. By the way, you can see not only how we play this deck and how the enemy plays this deck, so we can exactly see what is the game plan when you have correct cards. Kiki Jiki. You know what? I don't mind Kiki Jiki. Like, it's not like great, but if that's the Fading Hope target, what do you do about the dragon? Like, the dragon is the point of this deck. Kiki Jiki is basically a payout that is nice to have, but it's not like a big thingy. And he freaking keeps going. He freaking keeps going. Will it ever end? Will it ever end? Well, on the bright side, he's getting low on cards. Yep, you have infinite stuff. Infinite. Man, imagine if we had this card in our draw. That would be so good. Well, at least I think we will keep this game for entertainment values, because you definitely can see how our deck works. Even though we don't draw this card, maybe I should cast it during our turn, but I didn't think we are so short on time that he can go off in this turn with full combo. So basically he has 22 mana after all he did. So that's pretty nice. Oh man, that has to be the longest like magic turn in the history. I think I will just get a coffee or something. I hope you are drinking some coffee or eating some snacks, because we are in for a long show. I have bad feeling about end of this show, because they can basically draw and draw and draw and draw with all this mana. Like, Lier helps so much. Also, I feel like we are getting schooled about how to play this deck. Like, enemy is definitely doing a decent job with this. I'm starting to lack things to say. Like, man, we are just looking at the same 4 cards right over and over. What do you want from me? I'm trying. I'm doing my best to make this filler. I would normally just cut it and see what the end result is. But I'm just trying to hit the resolve button really quickly, so you guys can enjoy the show. Fading Hope. Oh man. Like, this is the point when I just want to concede, not caring if I win or not. We can go for double Sejiri Shelter, but what does it bring really? Like, at some point maybe he just has all lands in the hand. By the way, he drew 24 more cards than us this game. And I think that was even until the last turn. Oh no, I'm not freaking doing this. Good game, my friend. Okay, we have Goldspan Dragon. We have some interaction, so I will take this one. Especially being on the play with double Spikefield, at least we have options, and Jwari might also come handy, but I would much rather play it as a land, to be perfectly honest. We don't really have... We can draw into Fable, we have a lot of Fables. So I think we go like this. This is basically against one drop. So we don't Jwari yet, but we can Jwari next turn. Underdog. Sure, I don't mind an underdog. Yeah, that played perfectly into our curve. And now we have basically everything we want. Man, actually this should probably be Jwari as a land. I'm just too greedy. Yeah, because it's not big score, it's Unexpected Windfall. But still, I like countering things, you know? And I think that's a decent target to counter. So we Fading Hope whatever he plays. Hopefully it's a tenacious underdog. Oh man, Fading Hope destroys it. Nope. Nope. Go away. And we whiffed on the land. Great. Oh, that's so great. Man, this wrecked us so hard. You know what? I will do it. We will just discard whatever we drew. I think mana will be important with Lier. Oh, thank you. Thank you for fixing my mana. You are the real champ. And he also invested his turn into this. Man, that's so good for us. That's so freaking good. I think that's the best situation that we could hope for. Now we can Goldspan. And now, the enemy might regret whatever he has done. I think we just protect. What does freaking creature do? You may cast a land or cast a spell with damage, whatever. So, Cardo, basically. Definitely attack. I want to go off next turn, not this one. So I think we keep one more turn. Also with March we are pretty protected against anything that he does. Like, with 2 treasures we can exile 3 creatures. What is this? Oh my god, I never seen this one. What happened to this card? What is going on? It's not even up to down, like the image doesn't fit. Great job, Wizards. Okay, let's make a treasure. Oh, you want my dragon? No, my friend, no, never. I don't want to exile cards, so let's do it like this. Phased out, baby. And let's make another treasure, shall we? And he has more. That's scary. Man, that's a lot of removal for this kind of deck. So we go for the Lier plan, I guess. Okay, but we get a lot of treasures. But yeah, I would love to have this Goldspan Dragon that we had to discard to get a land drop. Maybe we shouldn't, but it felt this way then. Like, we didn't have another place, I believe. Double Lier. Okay, okay. I can get behind it. So, Do you have more removal, my friend? I think we cast the Voltage Surge on this small shaman. So, he needed double removal for the Goldspan. Man, what is going on here? I'm so confused about this one. I'm not sure if we even kill it. Like, this doesn't really do anything. I think we killed this one though. Nope. It's cheap and it prevents his tempo, which is the only problem. Like, he might draw something, I guess. But we don't care about this 3 damage. We want to protect the Lier, so we force him to draw a 4 damage card. Man, weird. Weird. But his board is not really existent right now. And it's my turn. Sure, I will untap and draw some stuff. Okay, now we are home. So, I think we should start, right? Let's go with this, the Unexpected Windfall. That's some mighty lands. So I think... What do we do exactly here? Kiki Jiki is not the scariest one right now. Man, we need the Goldspan. I will do it again. I really want to hit Goldspan as soon as possible. Hall is too slow. 2 turns is probably after the game is done. We could play it right now, but that means another treasure. I guess this is a very good card draw, right? We have Fading Hope and Protection spells. So I think we do attack. It might make a difference. And our HP does not. Okay, so he stepped out. That's good. If he blocked, I might have killed the Kiki-Jiki, I'm not sure. But we managed to sneak this 3 damage. And let's see what he has. I expected Tenacious Underdog. Like, we are not scared about the damage. So that's good. And when we can cast iterations, we can dig into like Goldspan combo much faster. So we had 2 dragons so far, right? So we have 2 more. Okay. So he will cast the Riveter's Charm. He has what? 1, 2. So he can get 2 spells this way. So it will be probably, yeah, with Fading Hope. Or we can just March. March is better. Well, this is a really good card. Like, he basically mana sinks his whole turn and gets a lot of stuff. Okay. So he paid only 3 mana. I don't want to waste treasures, to be honest. This is sorcery speed. I think the March is better. It's instant, so he cannot answer with another spell. Let's submit 0. Unfortunately, we burned 2 treasures. But I still think it's okay. And now we cannot sacrifice the creature because our board has no creatures. So I guess he wants to copy the adversary. No, he won't have enough mana to do all of this. Man, no dragons for us. Definitely not a single dragon for us. So let's keep digging. At some point we have to hit it. Man, what the hell are those draws? Lands and Liers. Yeah, and that was enough, I guess. But yeah, man, without Goldspan Dragon, the deck is not as intended. So maybe we should keep the second dragon. I see that it's so important that you cannot really play without it.
With